40% of nurses gone by 2029. That number is coming from the same regulatory body that issues a nurse their license after they pass their board. They say since 2022, 138,000 nurses have left the workforce. And by 2029, that's within 4 years, about 40% of nurses intend to do the same. That's almost half. Let that sink in. I know what you're thinking. What the hell? What gives? So let's look at some of the factors. Fatigue, being assigned too many patients and everyone needs you every 5 seconds. Eating things that are fast, easy, and usually terrible for you just because you need the energy. Disrupted sleep for a number of reasons, but new graduate nurses are indoctrinated into night shift and they're very hard pressed to find a day job. They're usually beat out by nurses with experience who want those positions. Long hours. The standard is a 12-hour shift, but that usually turns into 13 hours by the time you're done giving a report on everything. Most nurses are too exhausted to exercise after a shift, and if you work a heavy floor, which most are, trying to exercise before a shift is almost like signing up for a death sentence. Another factor is stress on the job, and I'm not talking about a report deadline. I'm talking about trying to save a 5-year-old's life and they end up not making it. Try not taking that one home. And as sad as it is, yes, there are some older nurses who still bully the new ones. That's called lateral violence, and I'll cover that in another video. And for all that we do, there's very little research that exists on nurses' nutrition, stress, and overall quality of life. So what impact does this have? Well, it sucks to be a nurse. Nurses are not happy, and they're also not stupid. And an alarming proportion of the remaining ones are looking to leave. The ones who had the means to leave have already left the profession. Some might say, so what? Just train more nurses. That's a great idea, except 1/3 of new graduate nurses report intent to leave. But the actual number of new grads that end up leaving the nursing profession altogether is somewhere between 43 and 56% before year 2. The picture that these statistics are painting is looking pretty grim. So the moral of the story is, be nice to your nurse. They're struggling more than you know. If you've left nursing or are thinking about it, leave a comment below as to why. A shout out to all my techs, CNAs, paramedics, EMTs, and EVS crew. I know you're right there with us. If you found this video informative, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.